Welcome back to Amy Jo Junk Journals. Today we are doing, again, the ABC April 2025 challenge N. We are going to make notebooks. I have a couple, and these are also from product packaging. So I have, this is from Junk Mail. So I started that. Let me get this out of the way. So we're going to cover these. Sorry, my thing keeps moving here. I covered this and I just cut it down to the size I wanted it and covered it in brown paper. And then I am going to cover this side with this. Let me get a glue stick here. I'm in the process of getting new a new standing or a desk, I guess you could, table that will rise and fall. I can do a stand up or sit down. I don't know what to call it, stand up desk. I can either stand up or sit down. I got a new desk that I can work at, that I craft at, and then a new desk to film at that will be either stand up or I can either stand up or sit down. It'll be electronic. So my craft room is kind of a mess, but I did this major overhaul, like not overhaul, major craft room organization I've been doing all year. I don't know why I can't think today. And so then my husband him and I were talking, and I told him that I wanted a new area that I could craft at. I needed a new desk, and I would like one because I was just using a folding table that I had gotten at Menards. And I kept hitting my knees on it, and I was tired of hitting my knees, and so him and I together went on Amazon because I told him I wanted his opinion, because I had picked out a couple of desks, and they both had their great attributes and stuff, and I have a feeling that I'm not in my camera and stuff is way too far away from where I'm sitting. Don't mean to change the subject, so you're gonna get shook up a little bit here so I can move this. I need to move it down just a little bit. Sorry about that. So that I don't feel like I'm reaching too far. But anyway, so we were looking and we found a really good deal on a stand-up desk where I could stand up, sit down. I could choose to stand up or sit down as I was showing him these two desks that I had picked out. And he helped me decide which desk to get. And that one has come in and the other two have not. And I looked at the IKEA desk, and they just did not seem to have the attributes that I wanted. Yes, they were wider, but I don't necessarily need a wide desk this way. just to sit and craft at. I wanted one with drawers, a little bit longer than the 48 inches that I was using. So I got a new craft desk. It's basically just a little writing desk, but it's longer. I was using a 48 inch table, and now I have a 55 inch writing desk. So it's not very wide this way, but I have more inches this way. And which is nice. And then I have my electronic desk that'll be here next week. Well, by the time you see this video, it'll be here and it'll be set up, but so I'm pretty excited about that coming. But in the process, I'm like all discombobulated because I'm trying to get everything set up and rearranged, and I had rearranged my office or my desk or my craft room before that. So I don't know if this is gonna work here. I might have to use regular glue here. Because the way it was configured before just was not working very well. I had no floor space for when people come over to craft with me. And I do have friends that come over and craft with me. So not only Tina, but other friends. So I did need some floor space, so I need to trim that up a little bit there. That's just not working. So I reconfigured it, but where I put my filming desk, I was a dark spot, so I also had to get some type of lamp for in the corner, because my filming light is to my right, and so there's like a darker spot over here, and I was hoping it would help with some shadows. It has not. As you can see, I still have some shadows. It helped a little bit. The shadow is not as bad, but okay, there's that. So and I also coffee dyed some of this handmade paper that I had gotten from Temu. And this is the paper that I want to put in these notebooks. So I want to measure this up. Let's put this. I would like to tear it if at all possible. I think I'm going to have a hard time tearing this paper. But let's see. So this would be, let's tear this about here. Oh, it will tear. We will be able to tear this. So let's, oops, that page got a little wonky on me, but that's okay. I just like the feel of this homemade paper, especially after it was tea dyed. It was bright white, and put this off to the side. I will use this, but I don't want to use it in the longer ones. I would like to staple this in. That was my goal, was to staple this paper in, but I don't think I will be able to, because I might be able to in this one, but I might have to have to staple it in the longer ones. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know why I'm trying to make it perfect. Nothing else I do or want to do is perfect. I should have covered those. I really don't like that stark. Yeah, we're gonna just, let me find this here. I have my paper here, so. That's kind of almost the same color. Let me find my tea dye paper. One second here. Or my coffee dye paper. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's do that. It's very early in the morning here. It's like 5:30. So I need my coffee. Sorry. So I know I talked to you guys about this Boohoo glue stick. I am liking it. Now the purple one that I got from Michael's on clearance, I like it. It sticks probably faster and better than this white or clear, but it's pretty gooey. So let's put this down here. I know I'm probably off at a camera. Everything is just, I feel just discombobulated. Probably because nothing is set. You know, when you get something new or you change something, or it just feels like you don't know where anything is anymore, and it's just, and I'm still on the hunt for good storage for my daubers. I just not happy with any of that right now. Okay, there's that. Cut these down so that they are where they need to be. I even lost my, anybody see where I put my, oh, it's over here. My ruler, it's going a little bit, and I don't even think those are straight. So let's line this up here. Line that up here. So I can keep them in the order that I had them in. That'll make a small notebook somewhere. I wonder, I don't think my stapler will get in there, but let's see. I didn't do it right to Let's figure this out together here. Let's do this. We'll cover it up with lace. I just got this new lace from Timo at Come In, so that'll look cute above there. Straighten this up. Well, let's cover this inside. That will be wide enough. Oh, it will if I can do it right. We'll see, because I can't cut straight, glue straight. We'll see. Here, let me use that. That's empty. Okay. Well, let me use that blue one. Oops. I'll show you what I mean by the gooey. I think that's why it was on clearance. It's just sticky and ooey and gooey. And maybe that's the way it's supposed to be, but I seem to make a mess every time I use it. And I like it, but and it works well and it holds well. Oops. And it dries clear. I'm not going to worry too much about getting that on the edges. And that's not as clumpy as it was the last time I used it, so maybe it's... Let me get a... Main reason I wanted a new... the table I'm using now to film on is an antique writing desk that was my mother-in-law's. That's probably 80, well, it was her mother's before it was hers, so it's probably 100 or so years old. And the leg area, it's got drawers on both sides. My husband put he made a topper for it that just sits on top to make it a little bigger. But the leg area for it is very, very narrow. So anytime I move around the least little bit, I'm banging my legs on the sides of it. And so I requested not only a desk, a spot to, a craft table to craft at better, so that it worked better for me, but a spot for, not only did I want a stand-up table, which once he's seen that, and Amazon had them on clearance. I found one for like $89, which is a very good deal considering they're a lot more than that usually. But it had a nice wood top on it, so as soon as he's seen it, he's like, I want that for you, because you do a lot of sitting at your day job, which is a desk job. Excuse me, need my coffee. And then I took him home and do a lot of sitting, for filming and doing all of my, YouTube stuff and the small business aspect of that, and all of that that's a lot of sitting, a lot of unhealthy sitting. I mean, I do a good amount of walking, but not nearly enough. I do more walking in the summer than I do in the winter, obviously. But so I wanted a desk that, or a table that I could craft at that was more suitable to standing up. And I'm gonna do this one. Wonder, measure this here. 7. Oh yeah, that'll be, so let's do this. I'm gonna cut this while we're here. So I was very excited when I seen that, and that it was for a decent price, the size I wanted, and the colors and things like that. You know, it kind of checked off all my boxes for things that I wanted, and so I'm pretty excited about getting that in next week. Like I said, it should come up, should be in the day that this video goes up. So I'm excited about that. Pretty excited. But, you know, disarray until then. I think I forgot to ask. It was so early in the morning because I couldn't sleep, so I thought, get up and be productive. How everybody's doing. Hope all is well. Gotten some new members, which or subscribers, which I'm excited about. Welcome. Hope you enjoy my channel. Yeah. Glad you're here. It's exciting. I don't know how that happened, but well, we'll put them in there anyway. Okay, let's do the same thing with this one. This one's a little different, so we might put a different, it's a little more grungy looking, so we might put a different lace on this one. Maybe this one. Let's see what it looks like. Yep, that's cute. We can do that one. Okay, that one goes there. Did I cut one for this one? I don't think I did. I think I just held it up there, trimmed it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and cut one. And then we can, let me put this pin back in this one. So next month I have some exciting things planned. I had a member ask about marbling paper. I had no idea we could do that. I looked into it and we can. So I'm gonna try some of that. Or not a member. A subscriber asked about marbling paper. So we're gonna do that next month. Or maybe this month too, but it's it'll happen because I'm enjoying this ABC April, hashtag ABC April 2025. So if I can get it in this month, I will, but we'll definitely be doing that soon. It looks fun, and I have so I want to do that. That'll be fun. I want to do the paper bag journal. I've been looking for some different size paper bags for that. That is inspired by 49 Market, or not 49 Market, I don't know where that came from, 49 Dragonflies. She made one, so I want to do that. And then also Crafty Cat did one. I've seen hers, beautiful, but and they're so different in styles. But yeah, I want to do those. Those will be fun, or that'll be fun. I also, you know, have my, the next video coming up for the ABC Junk Journal, or ABC April, I believe, is I have some, I don't think this needs to have this many in here. I think it'll be too thick for that small. I have, what is it? Oh, I'm making seed packets. Sorry. I had a bunch made. I had ordered some from Temu and they were very small, so I used that pattern and I enlarged them. So I'm making some seed packets. Yeah, these is just way too thick. I think I need to trim them down a little bit, but yeah, way too thick. We only need about half of that. Let's take half those out. Cut these down a little bit more so they aren't so. Take a little bit off of that because they don't need to be more copy. See where we are with filming. Oh, we got time. Okay. Felt like we was on here forever. Let's turn that over. This one will sew. Well, we might be able to staple this one in too. We'll see. Sometimes it's nice to just do something quick and easy. But I do have some little things that maybe we can decorate them up with a little more. And then let's see where we need to turn it this way so that we're at the end and I can take them off. Work smarter, Amy Jo, not harder. What's everybody's plans for today? I am filming this on a Saturday and it'll be up on Wednesday. Some of these creators that film and then be able to post that day, oh, I don't know how they can do that. I have to film ahead, but I also have a full-time job. So besides this job, I have a full-time job, so I have to film ahead around my family obligations and my, oh, I'm going to keep that. We can maybe stamp on those. Yeah, there we go. And that glue held that really nice. So, all right, let's open this up. Put this in the center here. See if we can get it as centered as possible. Oh, nice. I want to see if we can get, I'm not usually good at this, but let's see if we can get this in the center. Oh, pretty close. Doesn't usually work well for me, and that's usually because it's hard for me to line up the staples in the center. but a little bit on the back, but that's okay because then you don't see it on the front. They're in the back, and let's see where the, oh, but the staples landed in the center. Liking that. Okay, I want to make sure those are pushed down all the way just so they don't come up and poke anybody. Okay. Gotta find a piece of lace for this one now. Here's this one. Let's see how this looks. Straighten this one up. I don't know about you guys, but that bugs me when there's, that's pretty too, but I kind of like it on the side. Let's do it on the side. I like that better. I like these dainty laces from Temu. All right, let's start with the first one. My glue gun, I believe, is ready. Let that cool, and then I can trim it up. I also want to, and I probably should have inked around these before I put the lace on them, but that's okay. I don't have to lace where, or ink where the lace is, but well, let's round the corners. Let's see if I can round the corners, see if it's too late to round the corners. It might be because of, we might have to round the corners on the, where's my corner rounder? Oh, here it is. Might just have to round this, use the small round. Let's see if I can do that here. Oh, I might not be able to. It might be too thick. Oh, got it. It'll look much better if the corners are rounded. Doesn't that look much better with the rounded corners? And for some reason I cannot talk today. These corners rounded. You don't have to round the pages, the corners on the pages, as long as the pages aren't showing. You don't have to ink if you don't want to, because that is a personal choice. These out of the way here. Into the trash. I think I am going to ink because I think it will look nice inked. I am going to use my Ground Espresso. I didn't do the back side. I don't normally eat the back side, but when it's something that will be pulled out of a journal, I like to do the back side because then, you know, you're going to see it, or there's a potential to see it. I have a celebration of life to go to today. This gentleman has a special place in my heart because when it's Tina's uncle, when Tina's dad passed away when we were 13, Tina and I were big. We played softball for many, many years in our small little town, and then I played high school softball for a year, and then Tina played her whole 4 years of high school. I did not. We played slow pitch for years because fast pitch wasn't a thing for, you know, back then, because, you know, we're old. But and then I'm putting this over here because I'm using it for the next project. But and then I played adult softball on leagues, both but anyway, when Tina's dad passed away, this uncle of hers that just passed away took Tina and I to a Detroit Tigers game that summer. So he has a special place in my heart because, you know, I loved watching the Detroit Tigers play, and that was something he did for us to kind of help take our mind off losing her father. So, I mean, I didn't know him until that summer, and I haven't had, you know, much contact with him after that summer, but, you know, that's just something you remember as a child, that uncle, I mean, her dad I knew, and, you know, but that's just something, you know, things like that you remember as children, and, you know, they have special meaning to you. And so I'm going to go to his celebration of life today, not only for Tina, but for that special memory that he gave me as a child. This says, this little tag I made in a previous video, it says, "In my defense, I was left unsupervised." I love that one. I love those. I love it when they do that. And then I always forget to do that. You know, when they crack and then you can ink them up like that. I always forget to do that. I love the way it looks, but I forget to do it. Makes them look older. And then here it says, "Family, one tent away from a full-blown circus." Love that. And then it says, "Do it, me encouraging shenanigans." I'm gonna put this one here like that. And that is also me. I would do that. I have been known to do that. All right. And there is our notebooks, made out of handmade paper and packaging. But let's fold them up so that my glue is still a little wet, so they don't want to fold correctly, but there we go. And they're like this because, you know, the staples, but that's okay. And then that one lays flat, but there we go. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial and talk fest. For some reason I was very talkative today. Sorry about that. But thank you, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Bye now.